Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Rahul Gandhi's Vote Adhikar Yatra is about to end, which is 31st of August, which is going to be followed again by the big mega rally. Now, what has been the impact of this mega rally? And can India Bloc really maintain the momentum which has been triggered by Rahul's Yatra? And of course, lots of questions around SIR, and lot many people also coming up with more and more evidence that voter lists have been manipulated. And this again brings back to focus the expose made by Rahul Gandhi. And will there be more exposes now? So joining me this evening is Praveen Chakravarty, who is the head of the Data Analytics Department of Congress, and he's been the man behind the Big Shakti program as well. Thank you so much, Praveen, for joining on HW News. It's wonderful to talk to you. And my first question to you, Praveen, is that how do you look at the success of the Vote Adhikar Yatra now that in just a few days' time, the Yatra is going to end? And can India Bloc really maintain the momentum once Rahul returns from that yatra?
Thank you. I think I must say that we're actually very surprised at the astounding reception that this Vote Adhikar Yatra has received in Bihar. As you know, this is about the right to vote. It's almost very core. So it's not a very typical election rally where we're talking about issues or criticism of the current government. This is about people believing that their vote is being stolen. And more importantly, I think the reason why this has really resonated with people in Bihar is because of this. Once they realize that a political party does not have to depend on their votes to win an election, it also means that the political party does not have to listen to them. They can do whatever they feel like, because they can anyway win an election without having to get their votes in a true and genuine manner. So this disconnect between actually winning an election and listening to people is what is really resonated, I believe, with the people in Bihar. And that is why it's quite a big success.
But Praveen, there are two things. One is the credibility of the Election Commission. Now, has that got really punctured with the kind of expose which Rahul Gandhi did? And is there a predominant feeling within the voters of Bihar and also, of course, in other parts of the country that the votes have been rigged, the votes have been stolen?
You know, I actually think more than even Mr. Gandhi's expose and the press conference, it was actually the press conference by the Chief Election Commissioner after that actually just completely destroyed and eroded any semblance of neutrality in people's mind about the Election Commission. It was just absolutely astonishing to see the Chief Election Commissioner, who is a bureaucrat, come out and talk like a politician. I must compliment him because he actually gave a better political version than most political leaders in the country. I mean, talk about how mothers and daughters will be, their privacy will be intruded if they release the video footage. I mean, come on. Don't hide behind mothers and daughters to cover your crimes. And that is what just completely destroyed, eroded, and damaged. And I actually think it's a very serious situation. It will go down in our political history as the single worst moment of institutional damage, that one press conference by that Chief Election Commission.
Right. I mean, now I want to come back to Rahul Gandhi's expose now that the yatra is getting over, and in one of his interactions with the press reporters outside Parliament, Rahul said, "Picture abhi baki hai," which means that there are many more things to tumble out of the cupboard. You are the data guy in Congress. You're heading an important department which deals with data analytics. Are we going to see a replication of many more experiments like what has been done in Mahadevapura?
I am not at liberty to reveal anything at this point in time. I will only reiterate what Mr. Gandhi said. Picture abhi baki hai.
Okay, but talking about Mahadevapura, there is a feeling that at the press conference, what Rahul said, that the votes were added in Mahadevapura, but also there are questions that how were you all so sure that the extra votes went to the BJP only? Isn't it just an assumption, and that's exactly why the election commission started insisting too much on affidavit and this that, and then the BJP leaders started saying that it's an expose which is misleading the people. So don't you think that this kind of an expose should have also brought the proof that this vote went to the BJP?
I find this whole argument honestly very bizarre and illogical. Let me give you an analogy. Let us say you notice some suspicious activity, okay, in your home. You report to the cops. No action. Then there's actual burglary, actual theft in your home. And you go with clear clues and evidence of what has happened and the theft. And you go to the cops. No action. And what if instead the cops turned around and said, oh, your security guard was sleeping, so it's your problem. And by the way, prove the crime. It is your responsibility to prove the crime. How would you feel? That's how illogical this whole argument is.
Right.
Remember, this whole thing started with Maharashtra. The whole genesis of this was Maharashtra. And what was in Maharashtra? We very categorically showed, using Election Commission's own data, that there have been huge number of voters that have been added, and magically, in constituency after constituency, the BJP Alliance votes also go up in a similar fashion, and then they win that seat after having lost it 5 months earlier in the Lok Sabha election. And if this is not clear enough as a pattern, then we showed in Mahadevapura, listen, there are 1 lakh out of 6 lakh voters are dubious, suspect. These are voterless. Now, if you turn around and say, how do you know they voted for the Congress? How does anybody know who they voted for?
Right.
I am giving you very clear patterns and clues. Instead of conducting an investigation, an inquiry, and confirming or denying,
Right.
you turn around and ask, how do you know they voted? How does anyone in this country know who voted? How they voted?
Right.
I mean, this is so bizarre, this argument.
I also want to ask you about the BLAs. An election commission in its press conference also had said, and many times, it has come out in the press releases, that the political parties, the BLAs, are not there. And just to quote what exactly he said in the press conference, Mr. Gyanesh Kumar, that and also on that, I want to ask you that there are 17,000 booth level agents, and Gyanesh Kumar says that only two, and also EC said that only 2 such names have been submitted, where the votes were being deleted and the votes were cut in SIR. Why is it that is the party really short on the BLAs, or the party has not been able to reach out to the BLAs? What is Gyanesh Kumar trying to say when he gives this kind of a clarification that only 2 objections came?
See, this is absolute obfuscation. Okay? And that is because I think the EC is very clear that, you can just say whatever because the media is not kind of going to go down to the absolute details and check. Let me give you what has happened. The SIR exercise in Bihar, there were 65 lakh voters that were deleted. The Election Commission, when we said, who are these voters? Shouldn't we know who are the voters that are being deleted? The Election Commission initially said to the Supreme Court that no, we will not give this list. Then the Supreme Court forced them to give a list. And you know what they did? There are 90 to 95,000 booths in Bihar. They gave 90 to 95,000 lists, like files of 90,000 files of deleted voters. Which means They are basically saying you have 90,000 people, and in 90,000 people will go through each one file, and if there is a dispute, they will have to go and file a claim. Why are they obfuscating? Why did they not give a consolidated list of 65 lakh?
Right.
And this is what most people are missing. So when they say booth level agents have not complained, what they are saying is we expect 95,000 people to work and find something and then come and complain. And that is, and they want only the voter to go and file a complaint. Tell me if someone's address in an Aadhaar card is wrong, and unless and until they actually start to use it, do they go and complain? Do they go and file a form and complain? I mean, and to say that, oh, no one's complained and hence everything is fine is completely illogical. The second thing I'm asking is, forget the political parties. Forget the political party. Is it or is it not the responsibility of the Election Commission of India to guarantee the sanctity of voter lists in this country?
Absolutely.
It is their responsibility. Why are they washing their hands off and blaming political parties? I'll give you an example. There's somebody who's starting a new political party in Bihar, I'm told. A new political party may not have booth level agents. Does that political party not have the right to clean voter lists? Can the Election Commission turn to that party and say, oh, you don't have booth level agents, so you are stuck with bad voter lists? What kind of an argument is this?